General Hospital Monday, November 24 recap. Rocco attacked in lockup, Vaughn ambushed and dragged away. General Hospital (GH) recap for Monday, November 24, reveals that Rocco Falconeri Fincar was attacked while in lockup. Vaughn Bryce Durfee was also dragged away for disobeying Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna. So here's how Monday's GH episode went down. Following a night in Brennan's bed, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, looked pensive while he slept next to her. Once Brennan woke up, Carly did her best to pretend everything was fine. Brennan seemed uneasy as Carly headed to the bathroom, but he used the private moment to reach out to Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, for the latest info on her mission. Jocelyn obviously didn't mention that Vaughn was in bed with her as she filled Brennan in and got some new instructions. Brennan wanted Jocelyn to pay Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, a visit this afternoon and fix her relationship with Carly. Once Carly reappeared, Brennan wondered what was wrong since he could tell something was up. Carly acted like the tension with Jocelyn was the problem since they disagreed about Lucas moving in with Marco Rios, Adrian Oncondo. Brennan advised Carly to make peace with Lucas as well as Jocelyn, so she feigned gratitude over Jack understanding how important her daughter was to her. Back with Jocelyn, she vented to Vaughn about this whole situation with Lucas and worried about the danger he was in. If Jocelyn eventually couldn't take it anymore and needed to get Lucas out of this, Vaughn vowed to back her up. At GH, Lucas confided in Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, about his first night at Windermere and Marco's hatred of Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. Lucas also griped about Carly claiming that Marco was just using him. Before Jocelyn could head inside the hospital, Carly ran into her. Jocelyn and Carly managed to patch things after some apologies and explanations, but they were obviously still keeping secrets from each other. Vaughn had a meeting with Brennan in an alley somewhere, so that led to him spilling what happened with Dalton and Jocelyn at the bar. Brennan listened to Vaughn's news before the meeting took an unsettling turn. It became clear that Brennan knew Vaughn had pursued a relationship with Jocelyn despite Brennan's warning not to. As a couple of other agents appeared and dragged Vaughn away, Brennan said this is what happened to people who disobeyed his orders. In Laura Collins' Jeannie Francis' office, Sonny assured her that the returned car had been scrubbed and had no traces of Dalton. The body was gone, but Laura still searched her home for a planted murder weapon and came up empty. Laura worried that maybe she should just confess what happened to the cops and keep Sonny's name out of it, but he basically insisted they were in too deep. Sonny just wanted Laura to act surprised whenever she heard Dalton was missing. When Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, arrived and found Laura with Sonny, he privately warned her about the trouble their continued connection could bring, especially with Jen's Sidwell Carlo Rota. At the juvenile detention facility, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, checked on Rocco, who wasn't happy to learn Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizin, and Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, were risking so much to back up his story. Rocco wondered if he'd be out of there by Thanksgiving, but Dante couldn't be sure. Later, Sonny came to see Rocco, whose face was bloodied after getting attacked. After Sonny ripped into the guard, Rocco downplayed things and admitted it probably happened because his father was a cop. Sonny vowed to protect Rocco while he was in there and insisted that if somebody messed with his grandson, they were messing with him, too. Since Dalton didn't show up for his appointment with Ada Justine Turner, Nazneen contractor, she worried he had used her to set up Rocco and then bailed fearing perjury. Turner put Nathan to work looking for Dalton, who wasn't on campus or in his suite at the Metro Court despite his car still being in the parking lot. Dante got updates and refused to let Dalton disappear after creating problems for Rocco. In Britt Westbourne's Kelly Thibaud, room above Bobby's, she got another visit from Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Jason was sorry for having to leave so abruptly and felt Britt was going to need someone since her Huntington's remission wouldn't last. Jason grilled Britt about whether her remission was part of why she had to work at the Five Poppies resort. Britt remained cagey, but Jason promised he'd prove that she could trust him. Nathan arrived soon after with Dalton questions for Britt since the professor had vanished. Meanwhile, Dante made his way to Laura's office, where she was still talking to Martin. When Dante revealed that Dalton was missing, Laura gaped as she pretended to be stunned. General Hospital spoilers say Laura will have to keep up her innocent act and hope for the best, so stay tuned. CDL will have other great General Hospital spoilers, updates and news to read up on, so make us your favorite GH hotspot.